All right, joining us now live with reaction, former Speaker of the House, Fox News contributor Newt Gingrich is with us. Let's start at the end of the debate. It was a real wide opening, and Donald Trump said, no, I'm not going to take the shot. Surprised probably a lot of people.
Look, I think that may have been the best single moment of the entire debate. Hillary was mean, nasty, personal, knew it was a cheap shot, knew it was coming at the end of the debate, deliberately tried to crowd him. He had a perfect moment there to clobber her. And he looked over at Chelsea and he thought, you know, I'm not going to do it. That may have been the best moment of the whole debate for Donald Trump, because it showed that unlike Hillary Clinton, for whom nothing is too mean or despicable, he actually was willing to set a standard of being decent. And I'm very proud of him. I think, you know, after what she had said about him just then, and knowing his temper, he must have been very tempted, and it took a lot of self-control, and it was 100% the right thing.
You know, I was talking to Don Jr. about this. I don't think I would have shown that restraint. I don't think I could have done that. But, you know, overall, here's an interesting thing. We've got 3 polls out that all have Trump winning. Hill has him up 51-42. Time Magazine, Time.com, 58-42. The Hill was 51-42. And Drudge has him up by like 90%. So, obviously, Drudge's audience pretty supportive of Donald Trump. But I was thinking, even after this debate, they talked a lot about the economy. They talked about race issues. They obviously talked about foreign policy issues. But they really didn't spend a lot of time on emails, on Benghazi, on the Clinton Foundation, on the money she takes from Saudi Arabia, on immigration, on vetting refugees, Obamacare. I thought there's still a lot of debating to go on here.
Well, first of all, I got 2 emails from Callista during the debate saying, why are they not mentioning the foundation? So I'm just reporting on behalf of my wife. But in addition, very interesting side note. Barry Castleman, who you know, great observer in Minnesota, just 10 minutes ago sent me a poll that's coming out for tomorrow morning. In Minnesota, they are now tied, 42-42. If the Republican candidate is tied in Minnesota, the Democrats are on the edge of a catastrophe. And I don't think people realize this yet. This is Trump's great achievement tonight. There were no major mistakes. There were no fumbles. There were no interceptions. He went on the field as the guy who's got the momentum. He did the big issue perfectly. 30 years, no change. 30 years, no change. All talk, no change. Got that out. Jobs is his side. Bad trade deals is her side. He got that out. And so again and again, on the things that are the core of his momentum, he got out what he needed to without making a major mistake. She played nitpicking games with him, trying to get him off balance. She had to do one of 2 things tonight, and she failed at both. She either had to offer a bold vision of change for America to try to convince us that she's the new Hillary. She failed totally. Or she had to discredit him so much that people would say, you know, he just can't be president. The opposite happened. He was totally comfortable up there. He was comfortable with her. He was comfortable with Lester Holt. He looked like a guy who clearly is capable of being president. You may like or dislike some of his policies. You may like or dislike some of his style. But nothing said that he couldn't be president. And that's what their whole campaign's been based on. They had to somehow demonize Donald Trump. Tonight, he overcame that. And people won't fully appreciate it for another few days. This was an enormous historic victory for Trump, precisely because he did the opposite of what you and I want. He didn't go out as a rollout quarterback, throw deep, force touchdown. He just calmly won the game.
I thought that she was very robotic. She had well, you know, I might take just because of my style doesn't mean that I want to put that on him, because he's trying to be the president of the United States, and I think he was himself, but he didn't fall into the trap. She was robotic in terms of, I will repeat my memorized lines again and again and again and again. And, you know, I got it. She did her work. But that doesn't mean our policies, for her to admit she wants to raise taxes, for her to admit she wants more bureaucracy, for her to, you know, go through the litany of things that she wants the government to do, and Trump pointing out, we just doubled the national debt under one guy. I thought was a pretty profound difference.
When you remember that she was the senator from New York for 8 years, and she didn't understand Giuliani's great achievement of controlling crime. She didn't understand the power of the whole stop and frisk movement. The liberals consistently misstate what happened. It is constitutional. It's one nutcake left-wing judge who rendered a judgment that's never been appealed. That's a function of the current mayor of New York. Crime is going up across the country, 11% increase in the last year. And I thought Trump, I was very proud of him. He stuck with stop and frisk. He stuck with law and order. He didn't allow either Lester Holt or Hillary to get him off balance. And he stuck with the facts. 4,000 dead.
By the way, Lester Holt was wrong
Chicago.
on 2 issues. Yeah, I mean, him saying to Howard Stern, I guess so, is hardly supporting a war, although the media narrative wanted to make it that way. And then on the stop and frisk issue, he was wrong on that, too. It was like he had to debate 2 people.
A little bit. And I did think there were a couple of times Lester was very close to getting into being Hillary's partner.